Hey, what's up YouTube? I wanted to share something with you pretty cool today. It's a DIY project, do-it-yourself project, and it's for musicians, particularly guitar players, bass guitar players, normal guitar players, and it's how to make your own fret wrap. Now, if you don't know what a fret wrap is, it's just another name for it is called a string dampener. And the first person I seen with one of these was Michelangelo, Jennifer Batten, guitar players that do a lot of multi-finger tapping or string skipping tapping, which can lead to some unwanted noise. It's not impossible to kill the noise just with your hand, but usually recording or, I mean, even live, it just makes it a little bit more convenient. A lot of players are using them nowadays. You might see a lot of players with like a hair tie, a hairband, like a scrunchie around the neck of their guitar, and that's basically what they're doing. But they're pretty hard to find. I've went to Walmart, the dollar stores, and most of the hair wraps are like just big rubber bands basically, which it's not thick enough. And they're not adjustable, so you know they're usually too loose around the neck of your guitar. And the big ones are real fluffy and kind of cheesy looking. So I was looking online, and you know they sell fret wraps. I can't remember the most popular company that sells them, but they make some decent looking, nice fret wraps. But it's like $30 for a pack of 3 of them. Which is, I don't know, I don't really use them that much. I use them in a few things that I do, and that's it. I mean, so $30 is a little bit ridiculous for me, and I really enjoy do-it-yourself projects anyway, and that's the type of thing that is definitely a do-it-yourself project. So I'm going to show you what I did, and basically this is the finished product of the fret wrap. It's on there loosely now. I just got it sitting over the nut, and that's basically where this thing lives most of the time, unless there's a specific song that I'm playing that has a lot of like string skipping tapping, or maybe something that has rhythms with some different type chords, usually on a 7-string. Every once in a while my finger may hit like one of these strings and you might hear it. So just, you know, having this thing around the guitar, not too tight, the strings still ring out, but it just adds a little bit of extra, I don't know, a little bit extra quietness. So yeah, let me show you how I made them. Basically I had this stuff laying around, and I use this for my air conditioning unit in the summertime. It's just foam rubber weather stripping. It's adhesive, right? It's sticky. And a all-in-one Velcro roll. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it's basically a Velcro roll that has the soft side on one side and the tacky side on the other side. And this is like significantly much more like soft and pliable than normal Velcro, which sometimes can be pretty stiff. I got this at Lowe's, so I'm sure if you can get this at like Lowe's or Home Depot, then you should definitely be able to get this stuff at, you know, Walmart or any arts and crafts store. This was $7, okay? And the size of the fret wrap, now the fret wrap I have on my 7-string Ibanez is a little bit longer than this just because the neck's a little wider, but this is for my 6-string, and I don't have this centered perfectly, but it works just fine. But I mean, the length of this, it's like 6 inches or something like that. The piece of tubing's about, I don't know, 2.5 inches, 3 inches. I basically just make this little soft piece of tubing here, or weather stripping. I just make it to where it's kind of wider than the guitar neck, so it kind of, you know, kind of gets on the top edge and the bottom edge. But all I did, I think this is 3/4 in width, and this is obviously thicker, so all I did was just cut this weather stripping right down the middle, right? And that way it's just a teeny bit more narrow than the Velcro, which is what I wanted. So it's got a very clean look. You would take the tacky side of the weather stripping and stick it to the soft, the clothy side of the Velcro. I tried sticking it to the sticky end, and it wouldn't stick, obviously. It sticks really well to the clothy side. You can really push this stuff down really tightly so it sticks really well, and kind of like memory foam, it just comes right back eventually. So it's the perfect stuff for this sort of project. So yeah, $7. I don't know what this stuff costs. I guess $5-10. So for $15, you could probably make about 30 to 50 fret wraps with this instead of paying $30 for 3, right? And it's super simple to make. You could also use a wristband. You know, like you go to a sporting store like Dick's or Sports Authority, buy a pack of wristbands. What I would do, I would cut the wristbands in half, because, you know, wristbands are like that thick, and that's like the size, that's the width of 2 frets. So I would cut them in half, and I would probably take a lighter and lightly scorch the cut side just to prevent the stuff from fraying. Hopefully they would be made of a type of material that would sort of melt a little bit. If not, then I guess, you know, you would be destroying 1/2 of the wristband. I don't know what else you could use, maybe some kind of glue or something, but yeah, basically just cut a wristband in half. That would slip right around your guitar neck, and that would be a really simple thing to do. I decided to go with the Velcro and the weather stripping just because it's adjustable, right? It's easy to take off, and also I think it's just a little bit more clean and neat looking. You know, from a distance, it's not too noticeable, this thing being on my guitar. It's pretty subtle. So it's very clean looking. It works great. I mean, the weather stripping is great, you know, for muting the strings. You can really tighten it up to where it really deadens them big time, or you can just kind of have it like right there. And you can hear they're still sort of ringing, but they're definitely dead enough to where if I was doing some tapping and my hand maybe hit a string, it wouldn't go ringing out. So this is what I went with. For me, an investment of $7, and just, you know, having fun coming up with it and doing it. And yeah, another kind of material that you could use, let me show you. If you didn't want to get weather stripping, which I think this stuff is the best for this do-it-yourself thing, but maybe you have some piping insulation, like pipe tubing, laying around, and I actually used that for a project, and I'll show you, just give you a little glimpse of that project. That was a multi-guitar stand, and I got the basic idea from YouTube and then from a website. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was very similar to this, except it didn't have these added braces, right? It was just this unit like that, and that would work, but to me it just seemed like it would be a little bit too wobbly. And with these extra braces, it really adds like a huge amount of stability. But this is the material that I was talking about that would work for these fret wraps. This soft pipe tubing or pipe insulation, right? It's great. It's soft. It's really smooth. All you would have to do is just, on each end of this, it's got some sticky adhesive. You would just cut that off, unroll it to where it's flat, and then just cut the length that you need. So if you have some of this stuff laying around, that'll work well too. There's no need to go out and, you know, buy extra stuff to make this. So that's just an idea. Pipe tubing, weather stripping, Velcro, or you can just, you know, buy some wristbands and cut them in half, and I think that would probably work pretty good too. So that's it. Have a good one, and have fun making your own wrist wraps, or fret wraps. Later. Hey, so I noticed in my last video that I made on the do-it-yourself fret wraps, I was showing the material of this do-it-yourself multi-guitar stand that I made, and I was just talking about this material right here, this this pipe tubing or pipe insulation. It's the foam rubber kind, really soft, really smooth, and it has the sticky stuff there. Anyway, this is not about the guitar stand. I just noticed when I watched the video that you only really seen the top half of this. So I was talking about how this was similar to do-it-yourself project I seen on YouTube and on the internet. And this is basically the same guitar stand except with the addition of just these two extra brackets right here. And all these are for stability. In the video I was talking about these, but you couldn't see them. So this is just what I was talking about. It just adds a little more stability to this unit. I mean, it's just PVC pipe, but it's really, really sturdy, and it's really light. So I just wanted to put that in there for sake of completeness. Like I said, it wasn't about how to make a guitar stand. You can find that on YouTube or on the internet. And but it has this tubing here, which is really useful, really nice. If I would have had this stuff, some extra pipe tubing laying around, I probably would have used that. This is a little bit more I guess it's more dense or more hard than the weather stripping. The weather stripping is a little more soft, but this stuff's perfect. So for all intents and purposes, you know, if you have pipe tubing, great. If you have weather stripping, great. Right? It's just another idea. Alright guys, have a good one.